Greetings, Elder Blacklight, once again coming to you, and we're going to give you some solutions. Now, I can't make you uh, take my advice or my counsel, but you just got to see, does it make sense? And one thing you got to know, that the events of the Caucasian is squeezing us into unity. Uh, you see here, this is Detroit, all this blight. Now, it's too late. It's out of our hands. But I want you to write this down. I'm going to give you 3 key words or phrases. City planning, Chamber of Commerce, block clubs. City planning, Chamber of Commerce, and block clubs. Now, the 67 riots was an emotional, or you could call it rebellion, but it wasn't really no rebellion. It wasn't no rebellion because it turned into a rebellion a little bit. It was a mixture of both, rioting and rebellion. You could say insurrection, but it wasn't to that level of rebelling and insurrection. But it gradually came up to that. Now, Detroit, after that, the Caucasians selected Coleman Young. They didn't have no other choice because the city was majority black. And if he wouldn't have got in, they would sure enough would have had a rebellion. But they thought Coleman Young was an Uncle Tom, see. But he fooled them for 20 years. But those bourgeois boule black people, the one that sell us out, that's in with the Caucasian, they worked and worked till they got rid of Coleman Young. After Coleman Young left, because see, Coleman Young he raised up a lot of millionaires. Just to name a few, Berry Gordy, Berry Gordy built other than that little Motown house, he built a big high rise somewhere around Woodward, downtown Woodward. See. But see, the mafia or the organized elites, crime elites, came in and made Berry Gordy go out to Hollywood. I don't care what they tell you. They made him go out there. And Don Barton, he, same thing. He sold out Barton Cable Vision to Comcast. See, and brothers start selling out, see. And the casinos, the way Coleman Young, they wanted to get in the city, but the way Coleman Young was going to hook it up, it's going to benefit the residents You know, see, Coleman Young, he had his own little army, his own security. You know, and he had machine guns in this armored limo. You know, he was a dying brother. The Nation of Islam, I bet you they would have, you know, also been some of his security. I'm not for sure on that, but you know, Elijah Muhammad, the teachings was booming. The Muslims had, the Nation of Islam had communities. They had bought apartment buildings and blocks. They had communities of Muslim MGTs and FOIs living in the same community or side by side or in the same apartment building. They had restaurants. They had stores. So they was flourishing during Coleman Young days. So the Caucasians was operating on the suburbs, and they took all of their stores like Hudson's, the major stores, Sears and all them, and moved them out the city, dried up the city, and put the jobs out in the suburbs. And then the plants slowed down their hiring practices. You know, changed them up a little bit. You had to take a test to get in the factory. You didn't have to take no test before. Plus, you had to go to an unemployment office to take the test. And then it got so you had to know somebody in the plants to get an application. And then the housing market started going up. The water bill started going up. So we're going to continue this and show you how we've been suckered every day. This is blight happening right now. They want to give you a false narrative that Detroit is coming back downtown. But in certain neighborhoods, or too many neighborhoods, you'll see that right there. So this is Black Light Say, stay tuned. Got the kind of flavor that will save you and the kind of knowledge you won't get in college.